So thank you very much for letting me to record this session to share in class. And
Yeah, no worries.
how are you arriving today? How are you?
Yeah, I'm arriving pretty good. Had a great sleep. Ready to go, my friend. Yeah,
Good, good,
feeling
good.
good.
Anything you need before we start?
No, I feel okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. So what would you like to work on today?
Working on my personal work rhythm.
Okay.
So, as you know, I work for Optus and I do coaching there. But I just want to be more effective in my operating rhythm.
Okay.
Mm,
I'm going to be taking some notes. Is that okay?
of course.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. So tell me more about what is in your mind about it.
Yeah, it is full on. So I have about 137 stores, 11 Optus business centers that I look after. So I've got two hats in which I work at. I can't get to every single one of them as you could imagine. And my job is to influence and ensure that those guys are capable, ready to go, doing their job, hitting their own personal KPIs, but I don't feel as though I'm effective in reaching every single person. And I don't know how to change that at the moment, you know?
And what make that important today that you're bringing it here to coaching this issue of reaching all of the people and
Yeah, it's a great question. It's important to me because I feel like I want to do my job well. I want to look at, um, in hindsight, in the next year or so and say, I've juggled everything really well, that the team that I serve gets what they need from me, as little or as much as they need, and be more efficient for them as well so they can hit their own personal KPIs. I think altogether, results and a need for my managers, my own colleagues to see that I've done my work well.
and when you do your work well, how does it look like?
It looks like I would say if I do my work well, I go to those meetings every morning, so every Monday, and they say, Josh, you know, these guys emailed me saying that your training was amazing. Then following up on that, next month or so, you see the results go up for them. So the confidence coming from the capability or competence, that's something that I would say makes it successful. So that metric goes up.
Great. And for today's session, by the end of the session, what would you like to see different that will help you to accomplish this, getting people to getting good feedback about your programs, getting their results, be more confident? What would be a good outcome for our conversation?
Mm, yeah, right. One of two things, I think. It could be a me problem. Is it me? Is it can I work on me, how I calendarize my life? Or is it maybe figuring out what content I'm actually talking about when I go visit these stores and when I go visit these business centers? Figuring out those two things, maybe. If we have time. I don't know if we have time.
Yeah, if you had to choose one thing, what would that be?
Just one? Mm, so you asked me this morning, how am I showing up? Let's go with that. I would say, you know, how I approach my coaching and how I approach my um, phraseology, all that kind of stuff when I go to an Optus business center or a retail store.
Yeah. Okay, great. Where do you think is a good place to start exploring how you're approaching your coaching and your trainings?
Mm. The initial first step, yeah, maybe observation.
Mhm.
So the first thing that I do, Damien, is I'll go to a store. Let's just say I'll put on hat one for this session, not hat two, which is Optus Business Centers. I'll go into a store. They know that I'm coming. I've made appointments, and then I see that they're all very busy doing their job. And my job there is to firstly observe before I can even ascertain what needs to be done. I need to ascertain if it's a will or a skill kind of issue. I need to see footfall traffic, competition, the customer journey, all of that kind of stuff. And so I'm looking first. And essentially, I'm looking for both good
Mhm.
observational feedback and opportunistic ones.
Now, if you put yourself at the distance and you look at yourself like from a drone and you see yourself doing that work and doing observing and looking for feedback, if you can visualize yourself in one of the stores,
Mm.
what do you see?
I see myself looking like a creepy guy in the store, just being in the corner, trying to be, if I'm all honest, like trying to be nondescript. But I do wear a suit, and I've had that feedback that I look like a mafia, Japanese mafia, walking into the store. I've had that from customers. I had that from team members who've never met me before, and so they're a little bit concerned that this guy's just staring and looking. So some people don't know me because again, there's 137 stores, and I can't get to everyone. So maybe drone shot, God point of view. Maybe I need to dress a little bit more down, casual, less intimidating, less sexy, so to speak, and possibly sit down, looking more occupied rather than staring and trying to listen in on conversations, maybe.
Mm. And when you say that, what is your experience? How are you feeling about it when you say that?
I'm smiling because yeah, I've never really thought about the drone slash God point of view. I've always walked in thinking what I kind of need to do rather than um, how the store or myself looks while I'm doing it,
Mm.
which is an interesting perspective, actually.
Mm.
Hmm.
Anything else you see other than looking like a Japanese mafia guy? Like looking and
Slightly,
observing
yeah, yeah,
and judging, what's going on.
yeah,
Anything
yeah.
else
It could
happening?
look like I'm judging. It could look like I'm a very obvious mystery shopper or something like that. I would say that if I'm honest, I look like uh, not to swear or anything like that, but I do have a resting bitch face. I don't smile very often.
Mm.
Not because I can't. It's just because my natural disposition is just to be like this, and
Serious.
so a little bit serious. But once you get to know me, I'm okay. But yeah, maybe my expression isn't very welcoming, and that doesn't facilitate confidence in the team as well. Maybe.
Mm.
But I do get that feedback a lot, Damien, that um, they always say, "Hey, Josh, the first time I met you, I was a little bit intimidated and scared." I don't really mean that. I don't mean to do that. But when they say that you've made the most difference in my life, then I know that I'm doing the right job there. But maybe it's just the initial. I need to kind of get better at that
Mm.
initial phase. Mm. Yes, sir.
Mm. So it sounds in way that you're showing up when you're going to the stores, the way that you're dressing, your body expression, your
Yes.
face, that may we think that you may want to look at how to. I'm wondering, by shifting some of that, you may approach uh, people from a different space.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly didn't expect to go down this route, but I think that's correct actually. I used to work for LVMH, so Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy, and so suit and tie every day, going into stores, doing what I'm doing now. But now that I'm working with the nerds at Optus with telephony, they're very casual, and my disposition is still the same. My approach hasn't really shifted, and I think maybe that could be something I could work on now instantly.
Right. Okay, so you're talking about the way you relate to work. So you got there a couple of things, that a couple of
I
insights
think so.
about
Mm,
how you can show up differently when you go there. And my
mm.
and I may be wrong, but my suspicion is if you it's the word that came up for me is casual, being a little bit more casual.
Yeah, a little bit more casual, a little bit more approachable.
Hmm.
Because there's this thing called selling ceremony at LVMH, and where the customer journey isn't casual at all. You take them through a ceremony, like any a word ceremonies, as you would allude to, is
Yeah.
something not just serious but slightly pompous and slightly affectatious in the performance. But when you go into a retail store like Optus or a telephony company like us, it is very much just turn up how you are. Pants are optional almost. So I think the way that I show up makes a difference, and maybe I could think about doing that more casually.
Yeah. So today is like a brief session. It's just like a demo for our colleagues in class. So if we will working together, we may go further. But the question here is about how you're showing up. The following up on that is about the being. So the being means how are you doing what you're doing. So based on this, if you had to rebuild yourself and your identity going to do your job and to relate to your work from a different place, how would you describe how you are going to the gap between what you're doing now and what would you like to see different so you can work towards that in the plan? So let's imagine that it's a perfect world, you go back to the store and you're
Mm.
different. What would be different?
Yeah, going back to the God slash drone point of view,
Mm-hmm.
looking down, and I'm an NPC. I would say if I could just use my camera. So
Yeah.
instead of me being like this and very formal, I would be more open-handed and approachable, approach with a smile and openness, maybe even with a gift in my hand, just to kind of showcase that I am here to serve, not here to um,
Mm-hmm.
manage. I'm here to help image-wise, and I'm not here to criticize. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be helpful. Just thinking about it now, yeah, yeah, showing up.
Anything else, Emma, for you?
No, it just I thought maybe I would delve into more the operational stuff, but it's all the stuff that I'm doing, but it's not. It's how I'm doing it. I
Yeah.
think.
Mhm.
So I would say no. That's about it for now.
When I was listening to you, I was thinking that if
Mm,
you go and you are more casual and friendlier, you may shift the quality of the relationships.
correct. Or the quality of the initial relationship. I end up having very deep relationships, and from the feedback, obviously. But the initial one is they are scared of me, and it's definitely not what I want.
So at least you
Mm,
can work on that. So then after that, you build a relationship and people can
yeah,
really be open to you and to your training, to your coaching, to what you have to offer.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
sounds that
I
that's a
think so.
maybe it sounds a good place to start.
I It's an
So
easy place to start.
so we start to wrapping up this brief conversation. Where are
Mm.
you? What is in your mind?
Say that again.
We need to start wrapping up, and I'm curious, what is in your mind?
My mind is surprised and delighted in the fact that I came in here with an idea of something that I need to work on, but in fact, it's steered me into a path that is something that I actually didn't really think of, and that is actually more practical, something that I can work on instantly. So yeah, it's a nice little surprise there. I think we've already summarized that. There's a couple of steps that I could, definitely do to improve my approach and my initial relationships with the people that I work with.
When is the next time that you're going to a store so you can put this in practice?
I go to store every single day except for Mondays, my friend. Mondays is reporting day. I do maybe 2 stores per day. And then I'm even going interstate next week, so I'll get to practice that on a different state as well. I need to go rescue them, so I'm not doing as bad as I thought. I'm going to help someone else.
What support? What support do you think you may need to be able to do that? Any support that you can think of?
No, I think I can handle the initial first stages, but maybe later on when we possibly talk about working rhythm and calendarizing and looking at what that looks like to a professional like yourself, because you're handling not only this cohort 12, you're handling and juggling different universities that you're collaborating with and clients. So how does one do that? That'd be amazing to kind of understand.
Great. And in terms of any challenges or obstacles that can be in your way when you're going to redo that on Tuesday when you go back to the stores?
My friend Jono knows that I have only one color that I wear. It's black. Maybe I need to start looking at color, or even more white, just so I just don't look like a goth,
Great. Well, I want to acknowledge you for the work you have done today. You were willing really to look into these things. So thank you for raising your hand to be a volunteer, for being open, for doing the work. And how would you like to finish our session? How would you like to wrap up?
No, nothing. Don't really need support. Just thank you. Thank you for helping, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do this role play. I think it's been really beneficial for me to see how someone who's done it for a while, more than a while, how natural the conversation sounds like, and how you summarize my statements and then turn it into a next question. I think that's been really wonderful to watch, even though I'm in it. It's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for working with me. Is it okay for me to still use this recording to share with your colleagues?
You can use away, my friend.
Okay, great. So
I'm
let
an
me stop
open
here.
book.